New this morning, while the agreement is already signed and the Iran ceasefire clock is officially running, there will be no ceremonial in-person signing of the Memorandum of Understanding today, as was planned. Vice President JD Vance and Iranian officials were supposed to be meeting in Switzerland, but that's been called off. It's a tenuous start to the 60 days of talks over Iran's nuclear program, the Strait of Hormuz, and potentially lasting peace. Israel already calling the agreement a dangerous setback, and this morning its airstrikes in southern Lebanon, which go against the deal, reportedly killed at least 18 people. NewsNation is covering this story from all angles as the 60-day countdown for a peace deal ticks forward. International correspondent Robert Sherman is in Doha, Qatar. But we begin this morning with Washington correspondent Raquel Martin at the White House. Raquel, White House officials released a statement about this abrupt change.
Markie, that's right. The trip was canceled seemingly at the last minute, and with almost no warning, dozens of White House officials, advanced staffers, and credentialed media were already in the small town of Obergen, Switzerland, expecting Vice President Vance to arrive today. Even at Joint Base Andrews, Vance's staff and a traveling group of journalists were left waiting on the tarmac when the cancellation was announced. A White House spokesperson said overnight, quote, "The logistics of these negotiations have never been simple or predictable. As of now, the vice president is not departing tonight." The announcement from the White House came after a Hezbollah-allied TV network in the Middle East reported that Iran was delaying sending its delegation to Switzerland because of Israel's ongoing military actions in Lebanon. Notably, the first clause of the signed Memorandum of Understanding calls for the, quote, "immediate and permanent termination of military operations there." President Trump and Iran's president have already signed the memorandum, and the 60-day negotiating period began Thursday. The purpose of the meeting was to start negotiating everything the initial agreement did not settle. That includes how much uranium Iran may enrich and the dispute over Iran's nuclear facility. It also does not settle the future of Iran's missiles or its support for armed groups across the region. Vice President Vance also says any American troop reduction would only return U.S. forces to pre-conflict levels, not remove them from the Middle East. President Trump, for his part, praised the deal he signed, saying continuing the bombing could have kept the strait closed, disrupted the world's oil supply, and even triggered a global depression. Markie.
Well, it would be interesting to see what this weekend has in store, just considering these talks have now been called off, Raquel. But Israel, let's talk about Israel for a moment. They fought alongside the United States. We launched this operation with them. So why are they now so angry about this agreement, and what are they saying this morning?
Well, Markie, Israel believes the fight ended before the job was actually finished. Israeli officials and analysts fear it could give Iran sanctions relief, time to rebuild, and more room to negotiate. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is signaling Israel will keep acting to prevent an Iranian nuclear breakout, but the Trump administration is now publicly warning Israel that it cannot undercut the agreement and loudly criticize the Israeli leaders bashing this deal. Take a listen.
If I was in the cabinet of the Israeli government, I might not be attacking the only powerful ally that I have anywhere left in the entire world. Over the last 3 months, 2/3 of the defensive weapons that have protected your homeland have been built by American hands and paid for by American tax dollars.
Now, among the headlines coming from Tel Aviv and Jerusalem this morning, pundits in Israel calling the deal a catastrophic capitulation to Iran. One analyst even saying it was a, quote, diplomatic October 7th and a disaster for the country. Markie.
Raquel Martin live for us at the White House.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.